Hi, my name is Nancy. Welcome to my channel, Running with Scissors. Today's video, I'm going to show you the nightgown I made for my granddaughter. I'm going to show you another dress-a-girl dress I made. And I'm also going to show you that swimsuit cover-up that I made that I didn't want you to see with me wearing it. I put it on Lucy. If that sounds interesting to you, don't go away. Well, as I mentioned, I made that swimsuit cover up, and I'm going to go over to Lucy in just a second and show it to you with her wearing it. So let's go over to Lucy and we'll see how it looks on her. Remember last week when I showed you this swimsuit cover up that I made, and I didn't want to show you the picture of me wearing it because I just didn't like how it came out? Well, I made it with a Simplicity 1133. And a couple people said, well, why didn't you show it on Lucy? I never thought of it. Here it is on Lucy. Looks better on her, I have to say. But there it is. It buttons on the top. And I mentioned that it crisscrosses. See, the back crisscross. So you crisscross it this way and button it here, and crisscross it that way and button it there. It actually came up pretty cute. I showed the picture to my sister, and she said, it looks good on you, but I can see why you didn't show it, or why you didn't post it. You know, I was thinking this would be really cute if you made it in a terry cloth. That way you'd be kind of wrapping yourself in a towel. So, yeah, I would definitely wear it on the beach. I just didn't want to put that picture out on the internet for, for all the world to see. But, yes, it came out really nice. Okay. I mentioned last week that my granddaughter wanted a nightgown. She loves nightgowns. And I found this fabric over at Walmart. It was in their bundle. It was 2 yards for $8. And I made it for her. And I used the Grow With Me pajama from Ellie and Mac pattern. Now I did the nightgown, but I made it in short sleeves. The pattern doesn't come with a short sleeve option, but it's real easy to make the sleeve short. So I made it like that. I didn't have any fabric I thought would look good to do a pattern blocking with a bodice. I just made the whole thing in the same fabric, and I thought it came out really nice. Let me show it to you. And here it is. Isn't that the pretty color? I'll stand back and let you see it. You can almost wear it as a dress, but it's really soft, and I think she'll enjoy wearing this to bed. Came out really nice, and you can sew it up pretty quickly. All right. And the other thing I made was another dress-a-girl dress. Let me grab it for you. I made it with the Butterick 3860. It's just a simple shift pattern. Now they want you to cut the back in 2 pieces and sew it up the back because they put a button on it. I just cut the front and the back both on the fold. And then the back, I just did the same thing, a little keyhole opening with the tie. And here's the front. This fabric was one of my fabric buys from the lady on Craigslist. And there was enough to make this dress. And I just used some bias binding that I already had. And I put a little around the pockets. I had to make the pockets as big as I could with the fabric I had left, because it pretty much used up all the fabric. But I thought it came out really cute. I love the fabric too. All right. I want to show you something else. I was over at Hobby Lobby. I needed a couple of things when I was sewing. And I've said I've tried not to buy any fabric. But you know, a couple weeks ago when I made that skirt out of the shower curtain, and I said, boy, would it be pretty in more of a flowy fabric, because that was made out of a cotton, and it was more of a structured, more of a stiff skirt. And I love that skirt. I wore it to church on Sunday. And well, I found this fabric. It was over in their 50% off bin, and there was only 2 3/4. It wasn't quite 3 yards of left on the bolt, and I just took the whole thing. It is this pleated fabric. It's that real tiny little pleated fabric. And boy, wouldn't that make a pretty skirt. It'd be so flowy. So I think I'm going to make that same skirt with this at some point. But yeah, got it for $4 a yard. So I'm trying not to buy fabric, but somehow when I saw this, well, it just had my name on it. So I had to get it. Something else I want to show you. This is all the fabric I have left of that word fabric that I'm using for my fabric wheel of fate. This little scrap here, little scrap there. Now, if you've been following me on my channel, I have been doing a fabric wheel of fate. Got the idea from Carol from So Carol. I picked out 10 fabrics, some that I've been wanting to use, some I wasn't sure what to do with. Now, this is one of them. And I numbered them, and then I used this wheel that I found on the internet online, and then I spin it, and then whatever number comes up, that's the fabric I use. Last week it was this word fabric. Now, I've already made something with it. As you can see, I just have scraps left. And if you want to know what I made, you'll need to watch my next video. I'm probably going to put it out on Sunday afternoon. So if you haven't subscribed, you want to hit the notification bell. That way you'll know exactly when it comes out, and you'll see what did I make with this crazy word fabric. We think we've decided that they're colors, because some of it looks like food. But someone mentioned to me in one of my comments, and I think I agree, that a lot of these are colors that you might find in a box of Crayola crayons. So anyway, if you're excited to see what I did with this, stay tuned. The video will be coming up most likely on Sunday afternoon. Well, that's what I've been doing this week as far as sewing. Then I decided my sewing room was a stinking mess. I mean, it was just, I had to put stuff up. There was thread everywhere. So I went around my room and I started straightening, getting rid of trash, vacuuming, dusting, that type of thing. And I got things to where it looked pretty good. But the only problem was behind me, down where you can't see, I have a couple of bins of scrap fabrics. And they were overflowing. They were a mess. I was stepping on them when I come back here. And I decided I've got to do something with it. So I hauled it all out. I started with my wovens first. And I went through them all. And I arranged them by solids, floral, stripes and checks, and then a couple of novelty prints. I think one had ladybugs on it, and another had mermaids. And so let me just show you one of the bins that I did. It had been overflowing with things just thrown in willy-nilly. And I kind of did a Marie Kondo method. If you can see here, and I'll hold it up, I have them stacked like this. So you can see, that way I can see what I have. And what I have in here are my florals and my solids. And I thought the solids would be good when I make the dresser girl dresses. Sometimes when you make the pockets, you may not have a contrasting pattern that might look good with your dress, but if you had a solid that might have the color that's in, one of the colors in your pattern, your fabric pattern, then you could use that. So I've got that. I've got a box of some scraps of knit, and I thought these would be good because they're not really enough to really make anything with. If you're making a top and you want to maybe have a contrasting collar or neckband, I've got some rib knit here and got some of this, and those would make nice neckbands. Maybe a contrasting, give it a little bit of pizzazz. So I've got that in the shoebox. And then I've got a bucket down here that's got the stripes, I said the stripes and the checks, and plans, and another bucket that's got more of the specialty fabrics. Some of it is the overlay I use on the Easter dresses, the silk and satin, those types of things. Well, I went through all the fabric, and some of it looked like they were substantial amounts. So I pulled them out and I held them up, and there were several pieces that I was thinking, there's really no reason they should have been in the scrap bucket, because I could probably make something with it. I'm holding up thinking, I can make a top with this, or maybe a pair of shorts, or at the very least, a small dress. So I went through, and anything I thought might be usable to actually make something with. It's not just scrap to use for a quilt or whatever. I went ahead and folded them up, and I put them back on the shelf. And I've got several here and back here of fabrics I think I can make something with. And then I had this idea. When I get done with this fabric Wheel of Fate, I thought maybe I could start a new one and call it the fabric I saved from the scrap bucket Wheel of Fate, and maybe put about 6 or 7 of those on it or more, and make something with these scraps. There's no way of knowing what I can make with them, but most of them I thought they had enough that I could make something. So I'm thinking about doing that. What do you think? Do you think I should do a fabric I saved from the scrap bin Wheel of Fate or bucket? But that's what I'm thinking of doing next time. So, well, as I said, I will be putting out my video of what I made with the word fabric. That'll be coming out Sunday, most likely. So that's what I have for you today. I've had a lot of fun with this wheel, and I've done a lot of sewing this week. Not just what I showed you, but what I made for that. So I've done a lot of sewing. That's why I think my sewing room got so messy. So, well, you take care. I'll see you the next time I upload a video. God bless. Goodbye.